I've spent countless nights trying to find the right words to express how much I need you in my life. But every time I try, it feels like nothing I say can do justice to the depth of my feelings. I wish you could see the intensity in my heart when I think of you, how every thought revolves around what could be. Yet I'm left struggling to find the courage to tell you. The silence between us is deafening because there are words trapped inside me that I can't seem to release, no matter how hard I try. I keep telling myself to hold back, to protect myself from getting hurt, but my heart won't listen. It's screaming for you to hear me. If only you knew how deeply I care, how every little gesture from you is etched in my mind like a beautiful memory I want to cherish forever. What I feel for you is more than love. It's a longing that shakes me to my core, and yet I struggle to say the words that could bridge the gap between us. I feel like I'm drowning in my own thoughts, constantly overwhelmed by the need to tell you what's in my heart, but the fear of rejection keeps me silent. There are times when the weight of my emotions is so heavy that I wonder if I'll ever be able to express them to you in a way that you'll truly understand. Every day I fight against my own feelings, trying to convince myself that I don't need you, when in reality, you're the one thing I crave most. I need you to know that there's more to me than what you see on the surface. There's a depth to my heart that I want to share, but I just can't find the courage to speak. It's hard to find the words when all I want to do is show you just how much you mean to me, how deeply I've fallen for you without even realizing it. I'm terrified of the thought that you might never truly understand the depth of my emotions, that all I want is for you to know how much you are loved. My heart is a mess of confusion and desire, and I'm desperately trying to untangle the thoughts that keep me up at night, longing for connection with you. I keep waiting for the right moment to tell you, but I'm afraid that by the time I do, it might be too late to change anything. The distance between us isn't just physical, it's a gap filled with unsaid words and emotions I can't find a way to express. I try to hide how I feel, thinking that maybe it's better to keep my emotions to myself. But the truth is, I can't contain them anymore. If only you knew how many times I've tried to tell you how important you are to me. But every time I get close, the fear of being vulnerable stops me. My thoughts are filled with you, yet I can't seem to put into words what my heart is screaming. Every moment I spend with you is a gift, but I want more. I'm afraid to tell you what's really going on in my heart because I fear that it might change everything. But the truth is, I need you to know. Sometimes the hardest thing isn't finding the right words, but finding the strength to speak them out loud. especially when it feels like everything could fall apart. I don't want to keep hiding behind these walls I've built around myself. But every time I try to open up, I'm left wondering if you'll truly understand. What I feel for you is not just a fleeting thought, it's a constant presence in my mind, an ache that won't go away, but I'm terrified to admit it out loud. It's so difficult to find the right balance between saying too much and saying too little. But right now, all I want is for you to hear me. Every time I try to speak my truth, my heart races with the fear of rejection. But the reality is that I just can't keep these feelings bottled up any longer. I've spent so many days trying to be strong, to hide my true feelings. But now I'm realizing that the only way to move forward is to be honest with you. The more I try to distance myself from you, the stronger my feelings grow. I'm stuck in this constant tug of war between my heart and my head. I wish I could just say what's on my mind without fear of what might happen afterward. But right now, all I can do is hope that you'll understand me. I'm not asking for anything more than to be heard, to know that my feelings are valid, even if they might be too much for you to handle. Every time I try to explain my feelings, I get lost in my own thoughts, wondering if I'll ever find the right words to make you see just how much you mean to me. I'm so tired of keeping these feelings locked away, but every time I try to let them out, I'm consumed by fear and doubt about how you might react. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm just desperately trying to find the right words to tell you that I need you more than you could ever know. It feels like my emotions are bursting at the seams, and I'm just waiting for the right moment to let it all pour out. But that moment never seems to come.